How about we build 3 more great projects using cedar fence pickets? Let's begin. For project number 1, we're going to need 2 pickets. For this project, we've cut down 3 boards at 22 inches, 2 boards at 24 inches, 1 board at 18, and 2 at 2 inches. Let's first grab the 24-inch boards and the 2-inch boards, and we're going to pull them apart because we're going to attach each of these 2-inch right on the end of the 24-inch. Now keep in mind when you're attaching these boards, make sure if the boards are slightly warped that they're all going in the same direction. For example, these are actually opposed, and you see how much rocking that'll go back and forth? That'll be very hard to get that to squeeze together and stay in alignment. So make sure you have everything going in the same direction, and it'll be a lot easier. Then once we figure out the exact location, make sure to add some glue and then some nails or screws to make sure it holds it in place. Once we've installed those 2-inch boards, we're now going to flip these boards up on their edge. And we'll grab that 18-inch board and we're going to place it right on top of those 2-inch boards. And once we know all these corners will line up nice and flush, we're then going to take it apart, add some glue, and then use some nails or screws to hold it together. Now once that lower board is secured to the side pieces, we then want to grab one of the 24-inch boards. Now make sure you get one that has a really nice side to it because this is going to be the top. We're going to place it right on the top of these 2 legs. Now try and center it up as best you can, and you may want to measure here, making sure this is still 18 inches so it matches the bottom down here. And then make sure you have the overhang on both ends. It'll be nice and even. And then I'd take a pencil and do a little mark on both sides here so that you know exactly where that is so we can remove it and add some glue. And of course, make sure to add some nails or screws to the top. With the top piece now in place, it is somewhat sturdy, but it still rocks just a little bit. So let's make it nice and secure. We're going to actually take it, flip it onto its side, and we're going to add those 2 remaining pieces. Now grab one of the 24-inch pieces, and we are going to place it on the side of the top we just installed. And we need to make sure it's nice and flush here on the top and on the ends. And once that is all measured out, we know it works. We're going to remove it, add some glue along here, and then of course, nails or screws. And we're just going to flip this over and repeat that same process for the other side. And this project is now complete. This is a cool little rustic table that'll look good indoors or out. Now I've seen people paint these, or you could stain it or just leave it its natural color and texture, whatever you'd like. It's a really simple project and I really hope you get a chance to make one. Moving on to project number 2, we're going to need 1 fence picket. You'll need 2 boards that are about 12¼ inches long and 2 boards that are about 18 inches long. Let's first grab our 12¼ inch board, and we want to get a speed square, line it up with the end down here, making sure it's nice and flush, and then draw a line on it. Then flip it over and do the same on the other side. Now once you have those lines in place, we want to go cut out these 2 triangles. And once you cut off those 2 corners, your piece of wood should look something like this. Then just repeat this process for that second 12¼ so you have 2 that look identical. Now let's look at the 18-inch boards. We need to now cut a slot right in the middle of both of these boards that go about halfway. And if we look at the end here, this side's nice and rough, and this side is really smooth. So if we were to have a rough side and a smooth side together, it won't look right. So we need to make sure we cut this correctly. And to do that, we're actually going to cut these at the same time. And I'm going to actually have a rough side and a smooth side together when I make that cut. So when I go and put them together and slide them in, you'll have both looking the same. To make this cut easily, you could use a jigsaw, or if all you have is a handsaw, you could use that as well. Just make sure that the cut is as straight as possible and only goes halfway into the board. And once we have those slots cut in place, we need to see if we can slide these 2 together. It might be a little bit on the tight side, but overall, they should fit. And they'll look something like that. Now it's time to grab those 12¼ inch pieces, the ones we cut the sides off of, or corners off of, and we want to slide those into place. Now there's a good chance you may have to rotate this one way or the other to find the best fit. In my case, it'll be that one right there. Now once we have both sides in place and we know that it's going to look nice, we want to remove them, add some glue along the corners here, replace them, and add some brad nails or screws from the outside. And it is complete. This is a rustic looking planter. Now this would look great with some artificial plants or some real plants. And it also has the drain holes built in already, so if you use the real plants, it's ready to go. The great thing about this is it doesn't look like your standard planter. With the big X going, it'll catch attention and get those people looking and going, wow, how'd you do that? So, I hope you get a chance to make one. For project number 3, we're going to need 2 fence pickets. I've cut 4 pieces down to 18 inches and 3 pieces down to 12 inches. Looking at the 18-inch boards first, we want to glue these together in pairs. So let's look them over and find the ugliest sides, and we want to make sure that we face those together so we don't see them later. As we're gluing this together, make sure that we get it nice and flush on all 4 sides so that it doesn't protrude. Now, give this plenty of time to dry, but if you're in a hurry to make this, you can always add a few brad nails into it so that it holds it together as it dries and you can continue on. Now let's look at the 12-inch boards. I've also pulled out my pocket hole jig because I'm going to put 4 pocket holes, 2 on each ends of each of these boards. Jumping back to the 18-inch boards, I'm going to take my speed square, I'm going to measure out halfway across the board and 2 inches down on each of these, because I'm going to take a 1/2-inch drill bit and drill a hole through both of these. To make sure I drill this hole straight down into the wood, I'm actually going to use a drill guide here. This will allow me to use my drill bit in my regular drill, and it'll hold that drill bit straight up and down so I don't get it at a weird angle going through the wood. If by chance you're interested in something like this, I'll put a link to it in the description. Next, we're going to turn our 18-inch boards onto their sides because we want to take a measuring tape and make a mark at 6 inches from the bottom and 12 inches from the bottom. And just in case you are wondering, the bottom will be the opposite side of where we made the hole, so down here. Now I've separated those 18-inch boards and we want to grab one of the 12-inch boards with the pocket holes and we want to line it up with the very bottom of our 18-inch pieces. Once it's in place, you can screw those in. Once that bottom board's in place, we want to take a second board and put it at the 6-inch mark and the third board and put it at the 12-inch mark. And now we need to grab some rope or twine. This happens to be 1/4 inch. You could go bigger than this, but I wouldn't suggest going any smaller. Just wouldn't look right. Now, I've cut off about 3 feet. You can cut a little bit longer if you'd like, but we want to go from the inside out through the holes, and then we're going to tie a knot on the end of each of these so they don't come back through. And once those knots are in place, your cool little hanging shelf is done. This has a great rustic look, can go with all the other projects that we've done. But there's a couple other options. Of course, you can adjust the length of this rope to whatever height you need. But let's say you just want to give it a slightly different look real easily. Get some 4-inch little strips of wood, and instead of having the knot just hang on to the side of the shelf here, you can actually drill a hole through this or just wrap it around the actual piece and it'll give it a completely different look on the sides. That is totally up to you. And there's 3 great projects for you. If you can think of any suggestions on how to make these better, please list those in the comments and you can help out everybody else who's watching the videos as well. Otherwise, get out in your shop and have fun building.